The Jade Pavilion. Chapter 1. An unexpected encounter. She was insulted, humiliated, and all but thrown out of the luxury Jade store just because she looked too plain to afford anything inside. The staff mocked her, the manager told her to leave, and a group of rich socialites laughed in her face. But then the glass doors opened, and in walked her husband. Not just any man, but the billionaire owner of the entire Jade chain, with power in his stride and fire in his eyes. Young woman with a delicate face and understated beauty stepped off the busy escalator and into the most luxurious shopping mall in Manhattan, a glittering landmark that boasted designer boutiques, marble floors, and a clientele that typically roamed the corridors with black cards in hand. Her name was Na. She wore a simple light blue blouse, slightly faded jeans, and flats that had seen better days. If she hadn't possessed such a natural radiance, most people would have strolled past her without even noticing. Yet Na was here, with a purpose. Grandpa Gray's 70th birthday was approaching, and she wanted to find a meaningful present. He'd raised her like a father, teaching her kindness and humility, always insisting that sincerity mattered more than flashy gestures. Na believed that wholeheartedly, and that belief led her to a high-end jade and gemstone boutique, rumored to have the best selection in town. She stepped into Jade Pavilion, inhaling the faint scent of incense that permeated the store. The place shimmered with glass displays, each filled with elaborate jade sculptures, bracelets, necklaces, and pendants. Framed calligraphy and minimalist decorations added an air of sophistication. Right away, Na felt out of place. Her outfit looked out of step with the grand surroundings, and the sales staff who wore formal attire and name tags edged in gold. Still, she reminded herself that Grandpa Gray loved Jade. Even a modest piece would bring him joy, so long as it came from her heart. "Hello, may I help you?" The greeting came from a man in a fitted vest who bustled up to her, offering a rather patronizing smile. His name tag read, Carl Morgan Store Manager. Na blinked and returned his smile as politely as possible. "I'm looking for a jade bracelet. Maybe something carved into prayer beads if you have it. My grandfather's birthday is coming up." She tried to keep her tone light and friendly, but she could already sense his gaze flicking over her clothes, his eyebrows rising in a subtle show of doubt. "Prayer beads carved from jade, you say?" Carl said, pressing his palms together as if in deep thought. Yes. Of course we have something along those lines." He waved her forward. "Please, step this way." Na followed him past rows of display cases gleaming under bright white lights. She caught glimpses of elaborate Buddha statuettes, jade pendants shaped like lotus flowers, and intricate carvings that must have cost a fortune. They stopped at a glass case near the store center. Carl produced a ring of keys, fumbling theatrically, before locating the right one. With a flourish, he unlocked the case and lifted out 3 different sets of jade prayer beads. "These are brand new," Carl said with a grin. "Just arrived from overseas, very high-end. The craftsmanship is exquisite, perfect for a grand occasion. See how translucent the jade is, and these subtle color variations." He rattled off a list of impressive-sounding features, words like imperial quality and ice jade, terms Na didn't fully understand. Then he dropped the bomb. They're only $100,000 or $200,000 apiece. Na felt her stomach jolt. 1 or 200,000? She echoed in disbelief, her cheeks coloring. She'd known Jade Pavilion was pricey, but she hadn't expected that kind of price range. Carl clicked his tongue sympathetically. "I see. Maybe something more accessible? Let's take a look at another shelf." He carefully returned the prayer beads, then locked the display. His warm demeanor receded a fraction. He led her to another area at the store's side, flipping open a different glass case. These pieces use slightly less perfect jade. Still nice, of course. "We normally sell them in the $70,000 to $80,000 range, but I can give you a special discount. Let's say $60,000 if you pick one now." $60,000 was still beyond anything Na could handle. Grandpa Gray had given her some money over the years, but she used most of it to cover living expenses and help out around the house. Dropping $60,000 on a gift was simply impossible. She took a breath, trying to maintain composure. "I'm sorry. That's still above what I can afford. Do you have anything? Maybe under $15,000? At that, Carl's face froze, as if she'd just spat on his shoes. The corners of his mouth twitched, and whatever courtesy remained in him seemed to evaporate. "Under 15,000? He repeated, tone clipped. "Well, we do keep a few low-end products, but they're hardly suitable as a grand birthday present, don't you think? If it's for your grandfather's 70th, you wouldn't want to embarrass him, would you?" Na's heart squeezed. "I don't think sincerity is embarrassing," she said softly, speaking, more to reassure herself than to argue with him. "I only have so much I can spend." Carl forced a laugh that felt more like a sneer. "I see. Well, I guess you know your finances better than I do. The case you need is over here." He led her to a far corner. The lighting was dimmer, and the items were noticeably less impressive. A few jade bracelets that lacked the deep luster of the more expensive stock, some pendants with flawed coloring. Still, Na thought they looked beautiful in a humble way. She crouched down to examine a set of beads carved into little lotus shapes, reminiscent of Grandpa Gray's personal taste. While Na examined the bracelet, Carl gave a slow exhale, tapping his foot. Then, with a curt nod, he turned and sauntered off, not even bothering with the pretense of courtesy. "I have other clients to attend to," he said over his shoulder. "You can browse these if you still insist on buying something. Just let one of the staff know." His voice dripped with condescension. "Anyway, if you can't find anything, maybe you should try a more modest store." Na pretended not to hear his jab, focusing on the jade beads instead. 15,000 was basically all her savings, but for Grandpa Gray, she'd do it. She ran her fingers over the lotus carving, appreciating the craft. As she stood there deliberating, a sudden shrill laugh cut across the polished hush of Jade Pavilion's interior. "Some people really overestimate themselves, huh? They come in here, talk big about sincerity or whatever, then can't even afford the smallest piece." The voice was female, laced with a sneering quality that made Na's spine stiffen. She glanced up to see a strikingly beautiful woman with dyed blonde hair pinned into a sleek updo. The name on her bank card was probably something fancy, but Na recognized her from some socialite circles. Iris Lane. Iris wore a fitted designer dress that showed off her figure, and next to her stood another woman, someone Na had seen on magazine covers more times than she could count. Diana White. Diana was an actress with a pristine public image, rumored to have connections to serious money. Na had never spoken to her personally, but had brushed past her once or twice at entertainment events. Trailing behind them were 3 other women, all wearing expensive outfits and sporting carefully styled hair. They were probably minor actresses or wannabe socialites hoping to curry favor with Diana. The group was locked onto Na with undisguised contempt, like a pack of hyenas smelling vulnerability. Na took a small step back, hoping maybe they wouldn't bother her if she kept her distance, but she wasn't so lucky. Iris marched over, arms crossed, eyes flicking from Na's scuffed flats to her unbranded purse. A scornful grin twisted her lips. Well, if it isn't Na. Odd seeing you in a place like this. Did you take a wrong turn on your way to the thrift store?" One of the other women giggled behind her hand. "Maybe she's here to beg for freebies. Look at her clothes, clearly. She can't afford the real stuff." Na's cheeks burned, but she forced herself to keep calm. "I'm just looking. My grandfather's birthday is coming up, and I want to give him something meaningful." Iris gave a dramatic shiver. "Look at that. How sentimental. Are you sure your grandpa wants a cheap trinket?" "In this store, cheap is still pricey, you know. Maybe you should head to the discount market across town. You'd be more comfortable there." Diana White hung back, silent but with a haughty lift, to her chin. Na recognized that stance. Diana was used to being the star in any room, used to half the staff tripping over themselves to please her, which was precisely what began happening. Carl, the manager, reappeared the instant he spotted Diana and Iris. He practically sprinted over, bowing his head like a court servant. "Miss White, Miss Lane, what a pleasure. What can I help you find today? Our best stock is at your disposal. We just got in a new shipment of top-tier jade pieces. I'd love to show them to you." The transformation in Carl's demeanor was almost comical. Moments ago, he'd treated Na like a nuisance, and now he was radiating unctuous charm. Na braced herself. For the typical dynamic, they'd swarm Diana, bring out the premium jade, and freeze Na out completely. Indeed, that's exactly what happened. Carl snapped his fingers at 2 employees. "You, go get the new arrivals from the back, the best ones. Hurry!" Another worker was ordered to fetch a tray of premium tea. Carl turned to Diana with a flourish. "Miss White, please have a seat in our private lounge. Let me personally show you our finest pieces." Diana took one of the new jade bracelets from an employee, held it up to the light, and gave a cool nod. "It's not bad," she murmured, "but maybe a bit